motherfucking corpos, V. They're trying to take our podcast from us.
Not the podcast.
There's only one thing to do, and you have to blow up. We gotta blow up the Samsung building. Listen to me, I'm Johnny Silverhand.
It's called the World Trade Center.
I got a call from Rogue. She wants us to bomb the Twin Towers again. Thought I saw the last of that fucking thing in 2001.
Twin Towers 2.
Jeez, Johnny, that's gonna be pretty fucking tough. I fucking hate capitalism, V. Those motherfucking Arasaka corpos. That's pretty good, actually. It's not, you know what? Keanu Reeves, maybe not hard to do. Maybe not hard to do.
What's your favorite Keanu Reeves film?
Cyberpunk. Honestly. My favorite
Bill
one,
and
it
Ted.
has to be Matrix.
Mine's Bill and Ted's
I like
excellent
Bill and
adventure.
Ted.
Bill and Ted's a great movie, but is it the best Keanu Reeves movie?
It's my favorite.
I like Constantine as well.
Oh, Constantine
That's
is
very good.
Yeah.
I've heard very mixed things. I've never seen it, but I hear people say it's amazing. I hear people say it's shit.
love
It
Constantine.
was a great, I watched it as a 12-year-old,
Proper
which I think is
B-movie.
the perfect
Yeah.
age.
Yeah,
Isn't he
absolutely.
a Scouser in the comic? Isn't that a thing? Is that what people
He
tell me?
supports Liverpool, but he looks like Sting. So I think he is a Scouser. I think in the DC animated stuff, they have him as Northern, which is about as
north.
close as we're going to get, I think, to... Calvin, can you just put Johnny Silverhand's theme on really quickly? I just want to riff on this.
No, go back in.
This works, but it's not
Oh, is
quite
that
what I
not
was
it?
looking for.
Oh.
No. If you just YouTube Johnny Silverhand theme, I don't know what it's actually
fuck.
called. That sounds
I
like
play
a...
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, you really do. I'll be honest, I've been listening to this song quite a lot and I've just been walking. Yeah, that's fine. Is that one? Can you just get the one with the cello? Yeah, it's the second one down, Calvin. It's that one. Yeah,
Shallow.
this one. Ooh. These motherfucking podcast editors, V. Saying all the slurs themselves and none left for us. There's only one thing you can do. Send your bomb to Liverpool Podcast. You gotta bomb Liverpool Podcast Studios, V. Gee, Johnny, I don't fucking know. You gotta, man. Aren't you a rocker? Aren't you a rocker,
Don't you wanna
boy?
be cool?
Don't you want to be cool like me, Johnny Silverhand? Fuck.
He's the coolest terrorist. Johnny Silverhand.
Oh, fictional, absolutely. Come out, ye black and tans, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, we can stop now, Calvin. I feel like we're just getting into it. Welcome to...
Welcome.
I was threatening to bomb the studio that we're currently in.
What happens
are
in
you?
Cyberpunk? I've played the first 10 hours.
Cast your mind back to the far distant future of 2010.
Hell yeah.
Well, stop me when this sounds familiar, but a bunch of corporations get too powerful, basically take over the government with all the money and influence and run the world
Is
into
that
the
not
ground.
just the plot of Wall-E?
I thought you were going to say real life, Calvin.
No,
And if
Wall-E.
that's, it's supposed to be prescient. And then a little boy called Johnny Silverhand. That's not his real name. It's because he has a silver hand.
What?
He basically bombs. He sets off a nuclear bomb in the headquarters of the largest corporation. And then they steal his mind and soul. And
That's
then
pretty cool.
you get shot in the head and his mind starts to creep in and take yours over.
Ooh.
So I'll be honest,
pretty cool.
It is very cool. I think, honestly, Cyberpunk, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, that might be one of my favorite games.
Oh, really?
Genuinely. And
I never got on with the fact that V was like, I didn't like his voice. There's something I didn't.
Johnny.
Yeah.
What you talking about, Johnny? Yeah. He's
Yeah.
just very, very gruff
Yeah.
guy.
And it doesn't, I like being like the faceless protagonist where like it lets me get in it.
You never see his face.
And like,
apart from like
fuck's sake, Johnny.
the what you doing? Get out me head, Johnny. How are you doing? What are you up to?
All right, lad, fucking chilling out, playing games, fucking living the dream.
Cool. I've just been doing Johnny Silverhand impressions around
great.
my house. You gotta put the microwave on for 2 minutes.
No, it's not my bedtime.
Exactly. Jeez, Johnny, I can't go to bed at 10 p.m. Come on, Johnny. I gotta be in work tomorrow. Maybe that's it.
You don't need work, V.
If you get schizophrenic enough, then you can have your own Johnny
Your own
Silverhand.
Johnny. Enough blunt force trauma to the head, and we can all too have a Johnny
I'm
Silverhand.
really, honestly, despite the fact he's played by Keanu Reeves, he is a massive piece of shit. And that's like his character arc is basically him going like, wow, I was a massive piece of shit to everyone in my life for all of my life. apart from the one guy who he is also killing. It's pretty deep. It's cool.
That's pretty good.
That's good. I would recommend it.
I wonder, have you ever played like the tabletop that it's based off?
No, I never have. I would like to. Oh, that reminds me, I've started a D&D game, which is very exciting.
That's cool.
Calvin, you can't join.
You're banished.
But it's with some friends from a World of Warcraft guild, which is very cool.
I've never played Dungeons and Dragons.
I've never played any of those games.
No. Non-digital
And it's
games.
really good. Non-digital games. Yuck. Gross. Ew.
Can't talk to Johnny Silverhand. I don't want to fucking know. Yeah, it's D&D is always super interesting. Until Baldur's Gate, I didn't even know what it was other than the make believe game. Make believe you have friends in the forest.
Sorry. I drank way too much. Give me a sec.
Nice.
You can't drink too much. No, I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to like derail the whole podcast with me just doing a Keanu Reeves.
I quite like it.
Keanu Reeves impression. Well, I mean, you want to play it now, don't you?
Yeah.
And you can't play it with me either.
Hell yeah.
I don't know.
Find my own
It
forest
is
friends.
really fun. If you've got like 5 hours in a week to fucking spend on a game. It's,
So like with D&D, do you all have to be like well up for it and
Yes.
just be like
No.
fully into the vibe
No.
or like what's the crack?
when I started playing with this group, there were a couple of shy people, which is understandable given we all played World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
you
I'm
do
just going to
certainly
drink. I'm going to have 4 cans and just speak as much as possible. That's really, I mean, and that's a tip for you guys watching at home.
What were you saying, Calvin?
That's a tip for real life.
I was going to say, in terms of like being well up for the role playing element,
Yeah.
that you don't have to do that, but I think you've got to be prepared for like we're going to spend 3 hours at this table,
Yeah.
and then we're going to do it again next week, and we're going to make minimal progress.
Yeah.
But
And the goal is that we do it forever.
yeah,
You know what I mean? We know,
campaigns don't end.
we know it's not going to last forever, but we're going to try and go indefinitely. And you
pretty
usually
cool.
get like a good 3 months, don't you, before people start having life shit change, and then it gets really hard.
Yeah, the guys I played D&D with,
D&D,
the
these
party
nuts.
changed, and
That's terrible.
Oh no.
D's and D's nuts.
I meant to say D&D's nuts, but then I realized as soon as
D
I
and
left my
D's
mouth.
nuts.
Yeah, it didn't
Terrible.
work.
That's awful. That's brilliant. Sorry, what were you saying, Gab?
the storyline of the campaign that we played basically altered every 6 weeks because somebody would leave or somebody's girlfriend would say, "You can't do that here anymore."
Oh, that's so sad, man. That's really sad.
I have a big, massive like dining table in my gaff as well too. That's like
yours
perfect
would
for
be
that sort of
perfect
stuff.
for it,
Yeah.
I
wanna
can't
get
roll the
into-
dice.
What do you mean you can't roll it?
I was playing Risk at some point recently, and I was just chucking the dice, but not like rolling them. I was just throwing it at the table. It was going everywhere, and I had to get taught basically how to roll the dice because I was doing this, and then just we all know what
Throw in there.
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it turned out I was just lashing the dice, like because I was like, oh, it'll just hit the wall of the box, and it turned out it just. And just went fucking everywhere in this bar that we were in. It was quite chaotic.
Oh well.
So yeah, you'd probably need bigger borders. I
Bigger
need
borders.
basically like a bucket, I think, to throw my dice into.
Make a satisfying noise.
But I'm really looking forward to it. I've really gotten back into 2 old hobbies with D&D and just playing World of Warcraft all the fucking time. Excellent.
Hell yeah, I haven't played loads of games. I finished Astrobot, platinumed Astrobot, did all of the things, 100% of it.
Did you cry?
Not in. Well, he does. I don't want to do any spoilers, but it does take a dramatic turn at some point in this little joyful
does it?
adventure.
Really?
It's
Is it like a Holocaust metaphor or something?
yeah.
The US's expansionist policies.
The bot in striped pajamas. Yeah. Come on, that was good.
It was all right. It's okay.
Not Calvin.
Okay. Calvin just laughs at the Holocaust. It's because he doesn't think it's real. He's like,
The Holocaust isn't real.
you gotta understand, V. The records were falsified. Gee, Johnny, I don't know about that.
Argentina isn't even real.
You've got to stop taking those meds that make me go away while I tell you all these Holocaust facts.
Why can't you see the horizon, V?
Yeah, sorry. If the curvature of the Earth was so fucking real, all I'm saying is a lot of powerful people want to keep us down, and George Bush has a lot to answer for.
New headcanon.
You got any other conspiracies?
What other conspiracies are fun?
Calvin, just pause it a second.
There's a lot of unfun conspiracies.
There's a lot. Well, yeah, we jumped straight into the most unfun one.
Yeah.
Go back to we could measure Dylan's skull again.
To it. You gotta understand, if he's so fucking Irish, V, why is his head only 24 inches across? That's a great point, Johnny. Maybe I will stop taking these pills. No, Misty, if he's right about Dylan's head, what else is he right about? Pan Am. I've been hearing a lot of interesting things about Dylan's skull.
I'm just giving the facts, V.
Told me to look at an old podcast. Joe Rogan Experience.
It's called psilocybin, V.
Right, that's enough of that.
Yeah,
That was good, Calvin.
Good bit. Well done, Calvin. What were we talking about? Not the Holocaust. Astrobot.
Right, yeah. The most natural link in the world. How'd you not connect those dots? You know who would have connected those dots? Johnny Silverhand would have connected those dots.
He's a little robot, V.
Change one of the letters and see what happens, V.
But yeah, it was really good. Like I seldom even get the urge to do trophies at all in any games anymore. I used to be like, yeah, excuses to play my favorite games.
Ugh.
But now I'm like, no, I want to move on immediately. But it does that thing where I don't understand why all games don't do this. That it makes the achievements are fun to do, and you get them naturally through playing the game.
I was just thinking that because I accidentally platinumed Wizard of Legend because it's very reasonable. It's like the last two achievements were like, get the max number of gems, which is 999. It's that easy. And then beat the game in under 25 minutes, which is also quite doable if you're decent at it. But the time because I used to really like achievements.
Yeah.
Because I was at
Gamer Score is, I think,
Xbox
the best. Yeah, of all of that
for
ilk.
Sure. That noise was just like so good. But I did stuff like Dead Rising, and the kind of couple that I really didn't like. I liked Halo. Didn't really like cards, but the two that really stick out to me are Gears of War, where it's like kill 100,000 enemies. Like, what the fuck is that? That's stupid.
There's a Gears of War 3 that's literally like be in the top percentile. It's like
something like that. Yeah.
Halo Wars had one.
Yeah, you have to be top of the leaderboard.
Top of the leaderboard, number one in the world. Number one in the world, V.
No, don't press the button, Calvin. We've stretched that joke very thin already. We need to let this elasticity come back. And the other one was Fallout 3, because not only was it like, do this quest, get the Nuka-Cola grenade, blah, 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 which is quite boring. It was like, you have to max level the game with 3 separate alignments. Yeah. And I know there were tricks to do that. You know, like that you didn't have to play the game 3 times. Yeah. But like that and Mass Effect, where it's like you need to beat the highest difficulty like so many times. You need to beat the game as a good, neutral, and evil character when the difference in the game is like this much. And I remember just thinking like, oh yeah, these kind of shit actually.
I hate when that curtain drops and you see the trick and all those. Like the first time I played through The Walking Dead, the Telltale's The Walking Dead, and you're like, what a fucking experience. That was so good. That was so sick. I immediately want to go back in and see what my other choices will do. Yeah. And you go, these fucking bastards tricked me every step of the way. Have you played Telltale's The Walking Dead?
No idea what you're talking about.
Calvin, it was brilliant because this was, I think it came out in like 2010, didn't it?
Yeah, around that.
And it was basically like, it was like an adventure game, kind of like a choose your choices matter kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of renowned for its choice. And it had a really good gimmick that everyone latched onto, where you've probably seen it because it's quite memeable, but you would say something to a character. I'd say something to you, Calvin, where I'd be like, I don't trust that Dylan's actually Irish because of the circumference of his skull. And you'd be like, and it would appear on the top of the screen and say, Calvin will remember this. Yeah. And then at the end of the episode, I'll be like, hey guys, don't kick me out of the group. And you'll be like, but you said he's not even Irish and blah, blah, blah. And so it'd be like, oh, your choices really matter. They really affect it. And so everyone thought it was this massive branches.
Sprawling thing.
Which when we play stuff like Baldur's Gate is obviously crazy. And you realize that game took them 5 years to make. But what everyone realized, on the second playthrough, and the first season of Telltale's Walking Dead is really, really good.
It's worth playing, like no matter what. Like it's to the people at home.
You
it's
go
still very
back
good.
and it's episodic. So there's 5 episodes, I think. And you realize that all of the choices, there's actually like 2 paths and they all go back into one path. Right. So what you thought was a massive tree is basically just a big pipe.
Yeah.
And it hides it very well.
It hides it really well. Because you go, the action that just happened has to be a consequence of my decision, because that's so clearly I have done something and that is the direct consequence.
Yeah.
It's you go back and you realize that the whole thing was a trick to get you to do what it wanted. Funny. It's good. It's so good. And it basically made an entire series of games off the back of that. They did a fucking Game of Thrones. They created
their own bubble, which was fucking incredible. Like, it was such a big success that they basically got paid to license anything. So they did Game of Thrones.
Borderlands.
Yeah. They did Batman. Did they do Star Wars? No, I don't think they did that other one.
They did that
Minecraft.
Was like... What?
They did Minecraft.
Was there a Minecraft?
There was a Telltale Minecraft game for sure. Oh, fucking hell.
There was another one. Was it the Wolf Among Us?
That was good.
Yes,
that was like
that
the
was
second game.
Yeah.
And I actually liked that a bit more, to be fair.
Yeah, it was good.
But it basically came down to, Calvin, is that basically, say a character would die at the end of every episode, and you thought you had some bearing on that character dying. There's one that's really clearly, you can clearly remember, and it's a really good dilemma in a better game, where the gimmick of The Walking Dead is that everyone's infected, aren't they? And if you die without your head getting destroyed, you always come back as a zombie, don't you? So there's a guy who has heart problems, and he's a very stressful, angry guy, and he collapses basically. I think you think he has a heart attack and he collapses, and you have a big box, don't you? You have a big brick or a rock or something. And basically you're in a barn with all these people and you're basically just trying to debate, like, do we kill this guy or do we see if he's alive? Do we take the chance that he'll come back and kill someone? Or do we do
and
it?
There's like daughters in the room and stuff freaking out. Like, it's all of these mad, heavy decisions. It's like, do I shoot this child in the face because he's bit and stuff like that? It's genuinely so good. And the ending is perfect. But that was what was disappointing, was that it was the illusion of that. It was your choice. It was like, no, it was just a good story that they tricked you along the way.
So that choice, Calvin, I think, he dies either way, doesn't he? Either I think you kill him, or no, someone else kills him, but you either like kind of condone it or don't condone it.
Yeah.
And it's really good because you see him kind of start to move, and you don't know if he's like starting to move because he's coming back or because he's like coming back.
Yeah.
And then you realize that basically happens at the end of every episode. And while it's really well written, the idea that you have any impact, you may as well just be watching a TV show at that point.
100%.
If it was in a TV show, great. Yeah. If it's in your choice affected that, Calvin will remember that kind of thing, that I just split your dad's skull with a big rock. And it just genuinely doesn't, does it?
No.
Really. There's a couple of, but all the big choices are in the end, the last episode of the game, when they don't have to worry about loose ends anymore. And so it's basically, do people stick around or do they fuck off? Yeah. What did you make Clementine do? Because I think I made her shoot me.
I think so. Yeah.
I cried like fuck at the end of that game.
It was a heavy ending. Like,
I love Clementine. She's one of the best.
Did you play season 2?
Yeah, I didn't play season 3 though. I watched season 3. Who the bloody hell's that?
Who the bloody hell is that?
Who the bastard hell's that?
That was a game that was I hated sometimes that there were certain games that were dead easy to get the 1,000 gamer score on. That was one of them. Hello, Jacob. So I used to be really fuming at like my friends in school who would
Who'd
get
do that.
Avatar.
That's so funny.
And be like, yeah, I've got more gamer score than you. He's like, no.
I would
No.
be. I was that person.
Yeah.
I was that person. Like,
It's
the
like-
number's big. The number matters. You
Number
know?
bigger.
Yeah, number bigger.
Number bigger.
I go, I'm a better gamer, which is obviously the most important thing. You know?
I loved achievements
They were
back in the
best.
day. Like there was just something. It's
But they're so easily accessible now. Like on Steam, you've got to go through like fucking 50 pages to find someone's achievements. You know what I mean? And it just doesn't matter at all.
with Gamerscore, the fact that everyone had a tangible number to let you know how much of a gamer they
It was
were.
like a shame thing, wasn't it?
What do you mean? Oh,
Yeah,
that
if
you
you
only
had
got like
less than
7,000.
10,000,
Yeah.
If you had less than 10,000 or more than 100,000, you were not worth knowing.
Yeah,
But you
get-
want to be in that middle ground.
My uncle Gary had like 250,000.
Yeah, exactly.
250,000.
ultra turbo.
But like that was his whole thing because he was just so obsessed because when the 360 came out and had that aspect of like, because it is interesting the fact of replayability and giving you like, you don't have to just play it for the sake of playing it. You can actually go back and find all these extra things, and it started in such a way. But it's funny though, that early era where everything was like 20 G's. You get like
Yeah.
20 points for everything and none of it was equal.
I think as well, I think it was really unique to the Xbox because I think the Xbox, probably more than almost any other gaming platform, was about showing off. You know, like it was really easy to see someone else's like gamer card
Yeah.
and like friend request them or do that. I remember I asked the guy because I was 11, how'd you get that cool katana armor on Halo 3?
3.
And
was
I
about to
remember
bring
he
this up.
told me I need to be easy mode between like 4 and 18 times
Oh my
in
God.
a row. So good.
Did you do any of the mad Halo 3
Yeah.
like
Like the
get the
Vidmaster
recon
ones
armor and
yeah.
stuff?
It did. And those were really, really fun. But it's because Bungie knew how to make a fun game. Yeah. And
Rip.
I don't want to be like open world game spaz. But the other thing was like, oh, GTA 4, you have to kill 100 pigeons. So if you wanted to platinum that game, and I really like GTA 4,
Yeah.
the story of it is my favorite.
Those pigeons, man.
But it's like, yeah, inevitably you just end up not having a good time for like 3 hours just so the game can tell you that you've beaten it properly.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in that.
There's some aspects of it and some that like it does generally ruin some games. I didn't do it, but my uncle Gary did. Was the Half-Life episode 2, I think.
Right, Orange Box.
Orange Box.
Yeah.
There was the achievement where you had to carry a gnome
They were fucking class, by the way.
throughout
Yeah.
the entire game. Do you know? Have you heard this?
That
Have
was
you
a
heard about
good.
this?
That was a good achievement, though.
Yeah.
I actually like that because that's a challenge. It's not just get a map up on Google and
Yeah.
go from top to bottom, and then inevitably you've killed probably 5 pigeons. So you
Yeah.
have 5 of the collectibles, but it doesn't show you that you've collected them.
That's the worst. I remember I got all the achievements for Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah.
I loved Assassin's Creed 2. But that was the last one.
Get
It was
all
like
the
get all the
feathers or whatever.
feathers. Yeah. But that was the worst one. And be like, you're following the guide.
Yeah,
I feel
You're not
like when
playing
you
the
have
game.
to resort to a guide, sometimes it's like, is this even worth doing?
I think that's the question that all game designers should ask themselves.
Mm.
Is it like, if I need to look up IGN or game facts or whatever, it's an old enough thing to complete this game properly? And it's not like I'm getting something really cool for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I remember
digital
like
currency.
Jack and Daxter had that where if you got like precursor orbs in like the third one or something, you would unlock cheats. And the cheats were like busted. They were
Ooh.
really fun.
That's
So it was
cool.
like, it was kind of worth doing. But like, what'd you get? You get a cape, don't you, in Assassin's Creed 2?
Yeah.
That makes everyone really pissed off at you. That's all
Makes
you
the
get.
game worse.
It makes the game worse. That's the other thing as well, when games reward you by taking away difficulty. You know what I mean? When they're like, oh, you can just do, I don't know, you can just like transform or you can have this power up 100% of the time. So you're like, you've made the game less engaging for me now. It's just more boring because I care about it.
And also the fact that they give you those rewards when you've already done all the things. You're like, well, I've done
Yeah.
all the things now. Dead Space 2. So I got all the achievements on that. I love going through and getting the achievements, but we've talked about this before, but I think it's by far like the hardest thing or the most draining thing of like, I've just done for the sake of in a
Just
game.
mental pressure.
And so hardcore mode in Dead Space 2, Calvin,
Go on.
meant that you go through the entire game with no checkpoints. So obviously you're playing through a game and it automatically goes, yeah, so you die, you go back to your checkpoint.
Gotcha.
Went hardest difficulty, least amount of ammo, most strong enemies, no checkpoints. But
Where do you save?
but there are physical save points like in a Resident Evil game, and you get to use 3 of them.
I love that.
Wow.
3 saves to go through the hardest difficulty. And it's almost like this mini game of being like this tactical decision of where you use those 3. Do you try and go as long as you can? Like, it was class. I loved doing it. It was brutal.
That was your first experience of edging, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You're edging
myself
saves.
up.
But think how good this is.
But imagine if I just wait until after this boss fight.
Exactly.
How good that's. Oh, but when you do get those saves in,
Exactly. That is just edging.
hot.
You just edged.
dog.
You are just edging yourself into saves. That's what it is.
Maybe I'd enjoy more games if we took the
Have you
edge
edged
method.
while you just edged while you're playing?
What other games could you edge?
You could edge to like Resident Evil. You could edge to a lot. If we get the machinery set up right, you can edge to almost any. Technology's right there. It's just what we choose to do.
2 paths. But yeah, I really enjoyed edging to Dead
Strap in
Space
the
2.
Edge-O-Matic. No, you gotta edge as long as possible. Goon. No, stop.
Hell yeah. But I
remember
loved
what the fuck I was gonna say.
I forgot what my point was with the Dead Space 2 one.
I don't know, the reward is more challenge. Well, I was thinking that because I think like Devil May Cry is really good for that because the additional difficulties. Like, if you like the game.
Sorry to interrupt and midpoint. The whole reason I brought it up is that once you complete it in hardcore mode, it gives you an extra weapon that you can't get any other way. And all it is a giant foam finger.
Nice. Yeah.
That you
Does
point
he make
and
the
he
noise?
goes pew 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 pew
Yeah,
pew
yeah,
pew and it just explodes every enemy.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious
That's class.
for 120 seconds. And then you go, I've already done all the things. I'm not playing this game anymore.
But I think that's fine because that's like you really have done everything now. It's like you can like
Here's
go
something
outside.
stupid.
Yeah, here's something so dumb that you don't need to do it. It's like the final thing. But I think, you know what, one of my favorite reward, I've already said about this, but like speedrun mode is like, if you like this game, can you do it fast there? You know, and I'm not like, I do like speedrunning, but I'm not like a good thing.
I've never been interested in
But
doing things
other
fast.
things like, here's
Running, moving.
breathing. No, you breathe quite fast to be fair.
Thinking about edging.
Especially when
and
you're
Dead Space.
edging playing Dead Space 2. One of my favorite things is like a change where it's like, you've got less health, but you do more damage. That's like such a fucking good reward to me because it's like, yeah, fantastic. Absolutely fucking peak. Any game with that and fast restarts. That's why I like Wizard of Legend so much because it's like, here you are. This run is going to take you less than 20 minutes.
That's pretty cool.
And everything dies or you die in one hit. And everything
Hades
else
is
has
good for that. I
Yeah,
really like
Hades is good for that.
Yeah.
Hades is good for that. Speaking of save rooms, I've been playing a game you might like.
Yeah.
Called Crow County.
Lad, I haven't played it yet.
Can you get Crow County?
It's been staring at me right with his beady little eyes. It
Crow
looks
County.
fucking
Dylan,
class.
can you move to your right?
To my right. Do you want me to shift like this?
Chame.
Yeah.
Chame.
Beautiful.
Boom, perfect. Yeah, look, have you been playing it? Yeah. Oh, lad, yeah, it looks
It is really good.
fantastic.
It is really good.
Is it what's
Peggy
say there, Jacob?
Hello, Jacob.
What of the PS1 survival horror games is it the most like?
Resi, I would say.
Yeah.
I would say it's most like Resi. But it's got free aim, which is very interesting. Just play it.
Ooh, yeah.
No spoilers now. See what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. My name is
Immediately
Mara.
hate this.
Howdy, son.
I got lost.
Oh, this is cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sick.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So is the setting?
It's a theme park.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, you can stop it, Calvin.
Cool. Yes. No, that is that's on my list.
And what I
currently.
can only assume is, just a flimsy excuse for some kind of laboratory for isn't it always? Yeah, I think most modern survival horror games try to be more like Resi than Silent Hill.
I've told you to look this up. I've been playing it. Have you seen Conscript?
Yes.
Yes. Calvin, I don't know if I've shown you Conscript. It's the World War I setting, set in the trenches in Verdun. And it's like same vibe. It's PS1 graphics.
I like mine more.
I do really like the polygonal style of Crow Country.
Because you look like
County.
fucking Aerith from Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
I think you
it's-
look
it is
really
cool.
like.
16.
Whereas this, one fella made this, Australian dude.
Ugh. You know, I hate games made by one
one.
person, especially moody ones.
Depuis 2 ans déjà.
They're French.
Je suis
They're
incapable de me
Yeah,
souvenir
you
de
play as a
combien
Frenchman.
de temps je suis ici.
In a living hell. But it's like more action packed, and it's spooky. People are coming for you. There's no ghosts and goblins.
It's just the horror of war.
It's just the horror of war and the German population, and it's just the vibes impeccable.
Oh, I didn't know
Really
there was no ghosts.
No, it's all.
I
it's,
love that.
No
I really
ghosts.
like that.
Yeah, no,
Right.
honestly, it's class. Like,
Jesus
very,
Christ.
again, very much. You pick up ink ribbons. It's very Resident Evil 1 stylish.
Cette folie.
I like that the way that like the not isometric, but that sort of camera follow away. What's really
Jesus
cool?
Christ.
Yeah, no, you like fuck people up.
Cool.
That's really interesting. It looks like it's like a higher quality model with just a pixelated blur on it.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like an effect rather than actually
It's
being
like it
pixelated.
dithers in real time. You know,
Yeah, that's
Like because of that, you can like the animations can be so much better.
Yeah.
Like it's really fun. Like it's really weighty. Like when you roll, when you like dodge out of the way of stuff, and you can it like you thud onto the ground like a Dark Souls fat roll. It's really good. Highly recommended.
Very cool.
Seen something off the end of this trailer, perhaps.
No.
No.
No, we're not cool.
Oh, well, there we are. I mean, it's a bit, I know
That's
you
fun.
said it's a realistic, but a brave and competent French soldier. Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Sacre bleu. Am I right?
No.
Calvin was doing French accents so much the other week, and I
Go
was
on, Calvin.
fucking furious.
Do one right now.
No. What I said to him
No,
was
no,
my
no.
goal for next year is to be able to do a French accent.
Do one now.
I can do Je suis Chatard.
Okay.
Hubert.
He's,
Hubert.
oh, right.
Hubert.
Hubert. Hubert. I can't do a French accent. I have to say.
How you say?
I just turned into Jose
Jose
Mourinho
Mourinho?
thing. Do you guys speak? No. I will be in big trouble.
Football.
Football. Have you been playing any other games, or just Crow? Which of the
I'm
Legends of
playing
Crow
World.
County?
I'm playing World of Warcraft. You're lucky. I'm playing literally anything else. You fucking imbecile.
I don't have any games like that. Oh, today actually, new Street Fighter characters out.
I was going to say,
give
we'll just give it a couple months and you'll find your new World of Warcraft until your next one. You sure you're banging on about Warhammer and how excited you are to do that, Calvin?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Calvin.
Yeah.
Go on.
I love Dylan.
Yeah.
Like a son. He was also my brother, confusingly. But I don't think he's got the staying power to do Warhammer for more than a month. I would genuinely, and I'm challenging you publicly in the hopes that you'll prove me wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll finish painting the box of models.
To be fair, there's a lot of models.
There's a lot of models.
How much did you buy?
I haven't bought any.
Okay.
And I'm just theorizing.
44,
He's
isn't it?
theorizing.
Yeah, and yeah, it's 2 armies worth. One's Tyranids.
Is
and
it a
one's
starter box sort of thing?
yeah. Because
You can paint one army. I don't think you'll finish one army.
I think so. No.
I don't think you will. And if you do, I don't think you'll play more than 5 games of it. And I would love for you to prove me wrong.
It's less so about actually playing the game and more like having the crack and like building the little guys.
Well, they're quite easy to build, aren't they, Calvin?
No,
They're all clip-ons now, aren't they?
I've never painted anything like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
before. So
These ones are
£115.
That's cheaper than.
But
to be
that's
fair,
ridiculous.
you get
Go
lost
on
stuff.
eBay and see how much like a Tyranid army would cost on eBay, just like a grey Tyranid army. Because if you're
No,
paying that
because-
much
no,
for
'cause I
something
wanna
you've
build it.
never done, you're playing a mugs game. That is absurd entry for a new hobby. What the fuck?
it is. Oh, look at that!
Look.
Well painted behemoth for £1,200.
Yeah, look, you can get other ones with the sprues there. It is very nice.
That's very well painted.
Not a golden demon winner. If you just go down, Calvin, see they're still on the sprues. That's fucking £13,
They're new. They're
Yeah.
Ripper. They're Ripper swarms. They're the little ones.
right?
to be fair, right?
That's absurd.
It's expensive.
£115.
I have been thinking about it for a long time. Of like, am I really?
I've spent so much money on Warhammer over the last 15
Is
years.
that the endorsement that you think?
But on the subject of Warhammer, like I started playing it when I was like 13, 14, and I
think that's the right age.
I come back
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I do a few years.
It's like me with
on-
World of Warcraft.
Yeah, and I come back, and I really enjoy it as this thing that like I've already spent all that money. So like, apart from some paints drying out, which does happen if you leave them for 7 years, you've got a £20 outlay to replace, 8
Yeah.
bottles of paint. So like, but I can just pick it up whenever, and it's fun.
I really like the idea of having a creative outlet that is completely and utterly without pressure. Because everything I've been trying to do over the past
I'll judge
couple of years,
I'll judge you painting.
I'm gonna be really bad at it.
Yeah,
but like
you've just started it. Like obviously, you're gonna be fucking bad at it.
that's almost what I'm enjoying about. There's so many creative parts of my life that I've left into the wayside because I wasn't immediately good at them. And I don't feel like I'll have the same with Warhammer. I don't know. Do people have that thing where you paint it and go, "This is shit. Fuck this." Is that a thing that happens? I don't know.
can get
I
a
look back very fondly at the models that I first painted, and they are shit. But like, I just put so much time into that particular tactical squad. I can remember like being in my mum's spare room.
Why don't you
painting
try
them.
something like Necromunda or something? Because isn't
What's that?
That is a form of like
it's a
game
different
done by-
type. Yeah, it's a game done by
Workshop.
them, but it's smaller and it's cheaper. I think.
Cheaper.
I can get you a 40k Imperium Premium Kit 2 Tyranids with Broodlord new for £44.95.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Anyway,
I haven't bought it yet. I haven't.
I just think it's
But
mad.
I'm gonna buy it.
It's such a
I'm gonna buy it.
crazy, it's such a crazy investment for not a lot. I would honestly just buy random models and just see if you enjoy painting them because at £115, that's a lot of
fair,
fucking cash. Ola.
You
Calvin,
could-
surely you've got like a pile of shit or a box of shit.
so
somewhere.
I
what-
just
so-
have a few select models down with me at the minute.
Yeah. Only
Russian,
the choicest,
French,
all the choicest,
Romanian.
the choicest models,
Yeah, so like to buy a fucking one army is £100.
and that's a small army, isn't it, Calvin? That's
But to be fair, and this is my only reservation with the starter sets, is that the starter sets, you get 2 armies, you get all the rules. The rules are all available online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can buy dice for 7 pence
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
a bag of them. And all the models that do come with the starter kit are like pushed to fit. They're basically in 2 halves. Whereas the bit I enjoy the most around Warhammer is buying a new, fresh set of like a squad. And it's just 10 torsos, 10 legs,
And you
a
can mix and
shitload
match.
of different
Yeah.
arms, and you can do what you want with them. So that's the only downside with the starter set.
But I would say like you can't. Yeah, that I guess that the starter sets are for 2 people to lash in together on, aren't they?
And it's
really
to
But-
learn the game. I quite like the idea of
But I
having
think
the
you don't
two.
want to play the game.
No, but I would like to play the game. But what's interesting about it is the building and the hobby side of it. It looks cool.
I would just go secondhand then. That's the fucking. I said that's absurd so many times. I feel like Mark Corrigan. 2 armies, Jeremy. That's insane. If we just put like unpainted Warhammer, surely there'll be a fucking box full of Ultramarines or something that you
I've
can just
bought-
start on.
I think the vast majority of my Warhammer I've bought on eBay.
I'm gonna be real honest with you boys. I wouldn't, and this is a me thing, and I know it's something wrong with me. I don't and cannot buy secondhand stuff.
You are a fucking weirdo. Right, let's sit down. Let's unpack that.
I know,
one.
I know.
Give me just a moment.
Like
Talk to me.
instruments, like
You can't buy secondhand instruments.
What?
no, never bought a
Why?
Never bought a set.
Explain.
I don't know. There's just some. There's something wrong in my brain that just is like, no, I like having it raw.
Why did you let me give you my PC?
Knowing that you
Because
would
you were
use
like,
it.
have this.
I'll fucking take it back.
Yeah,
it was never
I,
gonna get
yeah, but I
played.
didn't give you any money for it.
Still?
No,
So if I gave you that for free, if Dylan, if I bought you a set, if I bought you a
that's
set of
completely different. Completely different. I wouldn't seek out if I'm putting my money onto something. I almost want to think. I like probably incorrectly thinking about like longevity issues.
yeah,
Tell me why.
Oh wait, no, I'm doing it to the wrong person now. So longevity issues on an instrument.
No, but in anything, I just
it's
assume
little plastic men.
Yeah, but what if they've been?
What if they
using
break?
it,
Buy another one. You know, like you wash them first.
Is it? Is it
It's
vicarious
OCD.
embarrassment? Is it hygiene
No,
concerns?
it's OCD. If you're fucking worried about that, if you think there's something wrong with it, like
no, I'm not saying I'm right. That's why it's a confession.
you know, the best way to get over that is to just do it and get used to it. Why not use them as fucking like trial pieces instead? You're going to spend £115 on something you don't know you like because it's a bit icky to have secondhand bits, which are new because they're all still in the sprues, aren't they? They've never been touched. They've been taken out, put in a box, and someone's gone, oh, I'm never going to use those. I may as well sell them on eBay.
You do immediately like save like 30%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying I'm a dum-dum boy and there's something broken in my head.
Just do the opposite. Just do it. I mean, it's not like you're going to fucking expect. Look at that. There's one there. £13.
Yeah.
80. You can. It's fairly easy to strip the paint off of these.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, you have to soak them in solutions and then scrub them with
There's
toothpaste.
one there for
toothbrushes.
70. I haven't got my readers on. $17.99.
Partially complete.
so yeah, that's what it is. But look at all those.
There's just something about it. I don't know. Just my brain goes like, because it's almost in the back of my head with a pre-owned or a secondhand something is like, something could go wrong, and the reason I didn't, and it's a capitalist worm in my brain of like, oh, if I spend more money and get it direct from the source, then it means that if anything goes wrong, it's my fault.
So let's just unpack that a little bit. Let's go back to instruments. So Calvin, I don't know, what's a good guitar? 58 Les Paul or something like that. You know what I mean?
I can talk to you in bass, and I can't.
All right, give me a bass. Give me a bass.
A nice US Fender piano.
Yeah, let's say like a US Stratocaster or something.
Yeah.
It's 20 years old. It's fucking cracking. It would cost you, I don't know, 1,500 quid normally or something, but it's secondhand and you can get it for 900. You're not buying that.
Because you know how like really good guitars from the 60s have to be secondhand.
Yeah. I think in fact, it's actually worse if you're like, oh, this is like Eric Clapton's guitar, but he never played it. That's so much worse.
Yeah, but what if something's wrong with it?
What if something
I'll
goes
buy
on?
one of the shit Gibsons.
Yeah, exactly. I'll buy a Mexican one for £300. I know it will be worse, but for some reason that's better. Like
I think I can talk quite confidently on this subject, having been raised in car boots, essentially, by my hoarder dad, more or less. Yeah,
conceived in one.
You've seen,
found in one.
I can't rule that out.
Abandoned in one.
Lives in one still to this day.
He'll die in one too.
Anyway,
I was born in this car boot. I'll fucking die.
Molded by the car boot.
Anyway, Dylan, you are aware.
That's what he sounds like when he's in the boot.
Shut the fuck up.
I've been locked in the boot. I was in the boot till I was 15 years old. The first time I saw the light, it was blinding.
Right. Karen, what were you going to say?
Couldn't paint his first models because he couldn't see them.
He was in the dark.
In the boot.
Car boot sales.
Right. Okay. Oh, Calvin, why didn't you say that?
I've never been to a car boot sale.
Anyway.
Oh, lads.
Raised
cracking.
Car boot sales. Hoarder dad.
Yeah.
You're aware I have a lot of like various video equipment and all that. I have various bits of musical instruments and
you have
pedals
bits
and
of musical instruments.
I
I feel like he's the other end of the spectrum here. Like, what the fuck?
I've got various bits.
So you've got like a headstock.
I've got lovely equipment.
Yeah.
Get in the car boot, V.
Outside of bass strings, I don't think I've ever bought anything new in my life.
Second-hand bass strings would be great.
Not had anything break.
That's pretty good.
And anything that has broke, I've learned how to fix it.
Yeah, has there ever been an experience where you bought something secondhand and it broke?
No.
Right.
Don't think so.
Right. So
Yeah,
there's
no,
no
I'm not
reason
saying
for
I'm
this,
not saying
apart
I'm
from
attacking you with logic.
You think you're better than people who buy things secondhand.
No.
I think that's what you're
I don't
saying,
judge
Calvin.
anybody.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm better than no one else, and no one else is better than me,
You know
Josh.
who wouldn't like you? Johnny Silverhand.
Johnny
He'd hate
Silverhand
you,
buys
but-
new.
Wrong one.
It's playing trailer music.
This
yeah.
fucking small head guy. Sorry, Karen.
This is not an external thought. It is an internal thought process in my brain that I would prefer to buy things new.
Well, yeah, everyone would prefer to buy things new,
Yeah.
Dylan.
And I save up my little pennies and I go, I would
But then you
rather-
can buy more stuff you like if you just buy the thing that you don't know you like. Say,
I
if
just-
you come to me,
if
if you're
I'm
like,
buying something that's in any way more than like 30 quid, I'm like, I want to make sure whatever it is I'm buying is good. And
it's all
in
the
here-
same though.
yeah, it's all the same, but it's almost the guarantee of it being new and shiny.
Your
It's
Steam
nice and
Deck
hard.
could break tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's fine. It's got a warranty. This is new.
But then 12 months and 1 day later from the
I'm
point
fucked.
of purchase, you are just as fucked as had you not spent full price on it.
I would absolutely buy a Steam Deck secondhand.
100%.
Why do I want to spend £150 more on something that is the same? So
Isn't
what
it?
if you buy a plastic man, if you buy a box of little plastic men
Yeah.
for £17 and not the fucking fresh starter box, and the only difference there is that it smells like new cardboard and it's wrapped in cellophane.
No,
You
it's-
could
it's
lose.
the
You
exact
could
same.
you could break the secondhand little men like 5 times and replace them
Yeah.
for the price of one.
Josh.
You could break
Listen
through
to-
these. This could be a really interesting opportunity for you to like.
You sound like me, Calvin.
No, this could be a really good opportunity, guided by me,
Yeah.
a man who likes secondhand things and Warhammer.
It's true. He's
love
like
a-
the
love a
reverse of
bargain.
My Fair Lady. He's going to teach you how to be kind of
A little
a little grubby car boot picker.
Grubby
Oh, I
car
tell you,
boot.
actually, a car boot sale will probably be a class place to pick up Warhammers. To be fair,
I had
because I
one-
guarantee someone's like dead son will have had like an attic full of the fucking
He
things.
died in this car boot.
Do you know? My dad's got a little.
what he loved?
My dad's got a little trick. So you're familiar with Snap-on, the tool brand?
Yes.
What's Snap-on?
Snap-on is like a net top tier level of like spanners and ratchets and all that
Should
sort
see
of
what
shit.
else
Like,
they make.
really,
Sister
really
brand.
good. What did they make?
What do they make?
Snap on.
Snap-on. Ha.
Moving on.
Anyway, really, really good, like high quality shit because he's a mechanic and that. Goes to car boot and that. And it's always, and I'm going to make a generalization here.
Go on here.
It's always somebody's wife or ex-wife
Yeah, I could see your ex-wife doing
who
that,
has
for
just
sure.
got a box of tools and there's like Poundland shit in there, you know, and it's the sign says like £1 each, 50p each.
Yeah.
My dad he'll root through and there's a Snap-on in there. And he'll pick up 4 of them and he'll go, £2. And they'll go, oh, fucking right. And he's walked away with like a £40 spanner.
It's true.
Holy shit.
It is a good
And
place
you
for
cannot
deals.
tell me there's nothing in life that feels better than that. That exact moment of going,
There's nothing
oh,
better than getting one over on your fellow man.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by a bunch of fucking corpos. That's what I am.
No, I appreciate your perspective. That's why I brought it up in confidence to the people of the internet and to you, my best friends.
To strangers everywhere. I think Calvin's right, and I think if it's just an internal thing that doesn't
Yeah.
really bother you, why not make the change?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's because I've never felt the bite. I've never felt the immediate. Because I've always been thankful that I've got things new because I know, yeah, it's new. It's
Do
mine.
you buy
it's
clothes
whatever.
like secondhand, like vintage stuff?
No, never.
That's wild, isn't
you
it?
are vintage
Never.
is class.
Yeah,
No,
I'm thrifted.
The idea of buying used clothes like
Like,
goes
these are
through me. Like,
secondhand. They're absolutely
hey, again,
Some
good for you.
tradie got crushed under these. Some carpenter had a house full on it in these, and I picked them up for like 20 quid.
Yes.
And they'll never break. It's absolutely
Never
excellent.
ever. I generally don't know what I've bought secondhand other than games.
Oh, so you'll buy fucking games secondhand?
Yeah.
That's probably the thing that's consistently gone the most wrong for
Yeah,
me
and
because
exactly.
of scratch dicks.
Yeah, 'cause of scratch
dicks.
Maybe, but okay, maybe that's the origin. As a child,
Maybe.
Well, I've bought in so many pre-owned games. I mean, like, for fuck's sake, I should have just spent the money getting the new one.
That's really
That-
interesting. I think that could be it.
we've just got to the fucking core there.
I understand that.
I understand that, and I can respect that. I also think though, Dylan, you know, we could probably draw a quite clear separation between those things.
Yeah, because that's a disc that children will fucking scream on and
Exactly.
fucking attack.
And I can understand the disappointment, but at the same time, I feel like if this is something that isn't going to bother you too much, you could actually save a lot of money here.
I could do.
And then, if you love it, who cares? You can do what you want.
I can spend all my money on it.
It's just, there's nothing wrong with being
I
cautious.
still
to
think
begin
you
with.
should buy the starter box.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
And Josh, I am going to spend
I honestly,
all of my wages on little plastic men, and there's nothing you or eBay or Car Boots can fucking do about
there
it.
might not be anything I can do about it, but Katie Smith might be a different story.
She took some convincing.
She
took some convincing.
I think, honestly, I'm going to hold myself back because I think I could be quite a dick about it. So all I'm going to say is... All I'm going to say is, I bet you won't paint more than one army, and I bet you won't play more than 5 games. And in 2 months, I'll ask you, how's Warhammer going? And you'll go, oh, I never touched them.
Yeah,
Just like that gun tank that I bought for you, which a year and a half later, you've started to just build and have not finished.
Yeah, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you wouldn't enjoy it for fuck's sake.
No.
There's nothing to do with what we were
Does the
talking
time
about.
frame from purchase to enjoyment really matter?
I remember
I think
Dylan.
this is where Warhammer is quite
silence!
Get back in the boat!
I remember Witch from Mercury came out, and you went, man, this is the fucking greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. I fucking love Gundam. And then you spent £50 on Gundam Evolution, and you bought the little gun.
No, I didn't buy any Gundams. They were gifts.
Okay.
Katie bought me one and you bought me another.
Yeah, I bought you them. And you're like, I can't wait to build this.
Yeah.
I remember you saying, I cannot wait to build this.
Yeah.
So in that respect, yes, the timing of when you decide to build them does actually matter. And the fact that you've also not finished it also quite matters, I would say.
I was saving it for a rainy day. Yeah, lad, I was on the verge of a panic attack, and I came home and I went, do you know what will be fucking class right now? Building this little Gundam that Josh
just
got
have
me.
a wank like everyone else.
No.
What the fuck? That's free.
This was
Unless
a
you're
gift.
Calvin.
This was a gift. Yeah.
That is
a gift.
That is honestly fucking mental.
What do you mean?
That
What,
is
having a bad day and being able to think?
The thing that makes you build something you said, I cannot wait to build this thing, was being on the verge of a panic attack.
Yeah, I was on the verge of a panic attack.
I'm
and
sure you
my
were.
little plastic robot really helped.
I'm glad it helped. But
And
again,
and me in that moment was fucking glad I stopped caring about Gundam completely after you bought it for me.
how long do you think it took for you to stop caring about Gundam completely?
As soon as they closed down Gundam Evolution, I was fucking furious. I was so annoyed. I bought this game. Well, it was a free game that I put money into to play the digital robots. I was like, this is class. I love this. And then they shut it down because apparently I was the only stupid cunt playing the thing. At least Concord got the fucking cord pulled immediately.
That's
I had to
true.
sink
You didn't have
30
the
quid
chance.
into
You
fucking
didn't have the
Gundam.
chance.
And then the fucking Japanese bastards went, ha, get him. Pulled the
Sayonara.
rug under me. And I went, fuck this fucking franchise.
Sayonara, dildo-san. Yeah, I think, I'll be honest, as soon as Space Marine 2 exits the news cycle,
Yeah.
you just won't do it again.
Okay.
And I'll be in 2 months, I'll be like,
on your back.
Yeah, I'm into it because Calvin's into it, not
Mr.
because of
fucking
Space
the
Marine.
elephant man over here. Fucking Mr. Memory like a steel trap, fucking Threepberry. Like, no, not a chance. I actually think between the pair of you, you're less likely to do it because you'll fucking distract each other and forget what you were doing. I don't believe either of it. And I'm going to paint my orcs. Fuck it. Challenge. I bet you I can paint my bag full of orcs, which were given to me as a gift. Because I was like, I'm really looking forward. I really want to paint some
I
fucking
can't
Warhammer.
wait to paint these orcs.
I can't wait to paint these orcs. before you do. That's my challenge. And then I'm not going to play Warhammer because it looks
You
really
come over to
boring.
my house and we can play Warhammer.
I don't want to. It looks really boring.
Oh, it looks great. It looks fun.
No, it does not. No game that involves a fucking measuring stick is fun.
There's a measuring
There's
tape.
nothing ever. I remember seeing it as a child in like year 5, seeing cool kids with their kids I wanted to be friends with who fucking bullied me fucking pulling a tape measure and rolling dice, which I
checking for
also
line of
didn't know
sight.
what to do. Lost checking. So they're doing there.
Taking their dad's
And I remember
tools, their
looking
fucking
there.
strap-ons or whatever they're called.
Yeah, exactly. I remember looking at that and going, "Oh, I don't think these people are cool at all. These people know nothing." And I realized it's all a big sham. Maybe that's where my thing came from.
Everything's
We got a lot of Warhammer at the center of. Oh no, yours wasn't Warhammer at all. Was it?
What are we talking about?
Never mind. No, shut up. It's fine.
Shut the fuck up, man. Space Marine 2 is pretty good. Me and Calvin
How
were
long we
playing
got?
it. Yeah, how long have we done?
Because I think we got in the
50.
weeds. 50? 50?
Sorry.
50?
Yeah, we can talk fucking next week. We can talk about Space Marine.
Right. Well, I had a gosh darned confusing time tonight.
Confusing time. I enjoyed myself. I learned a lot about myself this episode. You know what? I'm a corpo fool.
I literally forgot all about that because I was just grilling him on Warhammer for so long.
Yeah.
Well, Calvin, I'm looking at you to do something. It's too fucking late. Calvin, you're supposed to bail us out when it gets really quiet. You're not supposed to join it. There's not a camera on you that we can cut to.
I was waiting for you to put the Johnny Silverhand music on.
And you've done that joke like 3 times.
It's gone.
It's not.
Close
It's gone.
the tab.
It's closed the tab. It's gone.
Are we done?
Yeah.
I'm fucking
Well,
done.
Dylan, you can figure out where to end that.
I'll end it here. Goodbye, Josh.
No.
I'm spending that fucking money. I'm buying the big
It's
Warhammer.
your fucking money.
Exactly. It's my fucking exactly.
When I want you to go out and you're like, oh, I've got no money left.
Yeah, it's
I'm
because I
going to
keep
be
buying it
like,
on stupid shit.
yeah. Oh, sorry, I've just spent it on shit again.
Yeah. I'll spend
I
my
can't
money on
spend
shit.
time with you because I wasted it all on plastic men made by fucking James Workshop. Fuck out. Fuck out of here.